Three black boys helps billionaire with flat tire. The next day, a black SUV showed up at their house. Have you ever heard the saying, small acts of kindness can change your life forever? Well, today's story will prove just that. Three young boys, with nothing but pure hearts, helped a stranger on the side of the road, but little did they know, that stranger was no ordinary man. And the very next day, a black SUV would pull up to their humble home and change their lives in ways they could never imagine. Stay with me till the end, because this story might just change the way you look at kindness forever. And if you believe in humanity, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Heart of Humanity, where we share stories that inspire hope and love. It all began on a quiet Sunday afternoon in a small neighborhood where three boys, Malik, Jamal, and Deshaun, were playing basketball with an old hoop nailed to a telephone pole. They weren't rich kids, not even close. Their shoes were worn out, their ball was deflated, and their clothes were hand-me-downs. But they had each other, and that made their little world feel complete. As the sun began to dip, the boys heard the sound of screeching tires not too far from the court. Curious, they ran down the street and saw a sleek black car pulled over. Its back tire was completely flat. A tall man in an expensive-looking suit stood beside it, staring at his phone in frustration. Clearly, he was out of place in this neighborhood. "Man, that car looks expensive," Jamal whispered. "Yeah, and look at his suit. Bet he's some rich guy," Malik added. Deshaun frowned. "Rich or not, he needs help. Let's go ask." Without hesitation, the three boys walked over. The man barely noticed him at first, still on the phone, saying, "What do you mean it'll take 2 hours for roadside assistance? I don't have 2 hours." He hung up angrily, rubbing his forehead. "Excuse me, sir," Malik said shyly, "we can help you change that tire." The man looked down at the boys and chuckled. Do you even know how to?" "Of course," Deshaun answered with confidence. "We do it all the time for our uncle's old car." The man hesitated but finally stepped back. "All right, if you really think you can." Within minutes, the boys got to work. Malik held the jack steady, Jamal loosened the bolts, and Deshaun rolled the spare tire into place. Their teamwork was seamless, like they'd done it 100 times before. Sweat dripped from their faces, dirt clung to their hands, but they didn't care. They were just happy to help. When the job was done, the man pulled out his wallet. "Here, take this," he said, offering him a thick stack of cash. But Malik shook his head. "No, sir, we don't want your money. We just wanted to help." The man looked surprised. "Are you sure? That's unusual these days." "We're sure," Jamal added with a grin. "Besides, you look like you need that cash more than we do for fixing another tire like this." The man laughed for the first time that day. He studied their faces, nodding slowly. "You boys, you've given me something money can't buy today. Thank you." He drove away, leaving the boys standing there with smiles, never imagining that their lives had just been noticed by someone far more powerful than they could guess. The next morning, the sound of an engine rumbled down their street. Neighbors peeked out from windows as a shiny black SUV rolled to a stop in front of Malik's small wooden house. Out stepped the same man, but this time, he wasn't alone. Two other men in suits followed behind him, carrying bags. The boys, who had just woken up, rushed outside in shock. "It's him," Deshaun whispered. The man smiled warmly. "Good morning, gentlemen. I never properly introduced myself yesterday. My name is Mr. Thompson. I'm a businessman. A billionaire, actually." The boys' jaws dropped. They couldn't believe it. "Mr. Thompson continued, you boys could have taken the money I offered. Most people would have, but instead, you showed me something I rarely see anymore, selflessness. That touched me more than you'll ever know. So, I came back today, not to pay you, but to invest in you." From the SUV, his men pulled out brand new laptops, books, clothes, and even basketball gear. But that wasn't all. He handed their parents an envelope with enough money to cover school tuition for years. Tears welled up in their mother's eyes. Why? Why are you doing this for us? She asked softly. Mr. Thompson smiled. Because your boys reminded me of myself when I was young. I grew up poor, too. And one day, a stranger helped me without asking for anything in return. That act of kindness changed my path forever. And now, I want to pass that gift forward. The boys were speechless. They didn't know whether to cry, laugh, or shout for joy. Their neighbors watched in awe as the SUV eventually pulled away, leaving behind a family whose life had just been transformed, not because they asked for anything, but because they gave from their hearts. That night, as the boys sat together with their new basketball, Malik said, "You know, maybe kindness really is like a boomerang. You throw it out there, and it always comes back." And he was right. So the next time you see someone in need, remember this story. Kindness doesn't cost a thing, but its value is beyond anything money can buy. And who knows, your small act might just change your life forever. If this story touched your heart, show some love back. Hit that like button, subscribe to Heart of Humanity, and share this video with someone who needs a little hope today. Because together, we can make the world a kinder place.